Hey, what is up, everybody? Thank you for coming and checking out Bluefoot Homestead. I do appreciate it. Now, I do not normally talk on current events and things like that, but we had a awakening presidential debate this time. I just listened to it in a truck, and there's a lot of noise when I'm driving and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to really pay attention to the details. And I didn't think Biden did that bad of a job. But considering who he is, the stage of life that he's in and stuff like that, I've seen him have much worse times than what I heard, not watching, in the debate. But after the fact, I was talking to my girlfriend and I told her that, and she's like, "What? Are you serious?" Well, she got to listen to the details. She got to pay attention to it. And then, of course, she directed me to the rest of the world and what they think and their little breakdown on it and stuff like that. And there was a lot of stuff that I missed. A lot of big mistakes that he made, things like that. The whole Democratic Party is turning against him. Of course, the Republicans aren't for him. Yeah, and just to kind of touch on the debate a little bit, I think Trump did a really good job. He didn't have to do much. He didn't have to really fight. All he had to do is stand there, shut up, and he wins. You know, I mean, really, let's just admit that. But he was pretty good about it. There were a lot of points where I know he could have given some low blows to Biden and really make some things hurt. That would have probably went against him. So he kept it back, and I think he did a pretty good job with it. So, with that said, of course, I'm going to put the Bluefoot twist on it. It doesn't matter who gets elected. It really doesn't. Now, you got to look at the big picture. I say this all the time. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I sent a video to my girlfriend, Kat, just on the very basic rundown of what the institutional cycle is. And it was a video based, I think it actually was him. Dang, I'm drawing a blank to his name. I'll go ahead and put it right here. Ray Dalio. Never mind, I'm not going to put it here. Ray Dalio. If you don't know who he is, he wrote a book called The Changing World Order. He set up, or at least help assist setting up the Chinese stock market. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He's a very smart individual. He knows economics. He knows money. He knows all of this. And it's a good rundown on what he thinks is going to happen, how he thinks it's going to go down. And this is basically the institutional cycle, according to other people. This whole thing is the exact same thing. Some people put different names to it. So maybe I'll go ahead and post that video, just share it on my page, so you guys can kind of check it out. This is the big picture. This is the holy grail of all these things going on. And when you understand what this is, you realize this is far beyond Joe Biden or Trump. This is far beyond what the U.S. has control over. They might have a little bit of control over it. They might actually be able to pull off a miracle that has never been done in thousands and thousands of years. Can we do it? Maybe. Are the odds on our side? No, they're not. That's why I am a prepper. And that is why I'm getting ready for this to not have the odds on our side, because it's going to happen. So, how does it relate to the debate? Well, it doesn't really matter. Now, I will point out one thing. Whoever, I believe, at least at this point, whoever wins this election is going to be the worst president that the U.S. has ever had. Not because he's the worst president that the U.S. has had, because he is going to be the one in charge when we go into World War III. After World War III is over, depending on how this all works out, the president that follows in the presidential party that follows is going to be the almighty great whatever. So if Joe Biden wins this, or Kamala Harris, or Newsom, or Michelle Obama, which I don't get, she says she's not running and everybody keeps pointing a finger at her and she has nothing to do with any of this, but if any other Democrat gets elected, the good times that our country are going to be under a republic. We will become a republic again. If Trump wins this, we're going to be a democracy, and we're going to be extremely liberal. We're going to take liberal to a level we can't comprehend yet. whether it's a dystopian type future, whether it's full control, whether it is socialism and communism integrated with democracy. It's going to go that direction drastically. Even if the Republicans get the good part of it, it's going to go probably very conservative and bring church back, bring nuclear families back, bring all that stuff back that we really crave. Any way it goes, we're searching for a purpose as a country. I just want to throw that in. Anyway, so yeah, as far as this debate goes, I'm not really concerned too much about it. Yes, it's going to, Republican and Democrat is going to favor certain things in the short time, but I don't think we have a lot of time, so I don't think there's going to be a lot getting done. I would not doubt if something happens before Biden is even out of office, and then what are we going to do? But again, the whole big picture, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, goes back to China. The first time that China is making a move into Taiwan, the first bullet that flies over in the South Pacific, that begins game over for everybody. So it's not about Russia. It's not about Ukraine, Israel, the Middle East. Yes, it's probably going to have something to do with it. It's going to be fuel in the big fire, but just throwing a couple sticks in the bonfire, is it really going to make a difference? A little bit, not much. But that's the hot topic to talk about right now. I don't think it really matters. I don't really care what's going on in the Middle East all that much. A little bit, it's going to affect us a little bit. But we have Iran in it, we have North Korea in it, we have Russia in it, we have China in it, and this whole team east is what we have to worry about, not just one individual party or one individual state in the world. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say on it. I do want to add one more thing. I am ordering my ambient weather station today with 2 probes for the garden, agriculture probes for moisture temperature within the soil. I'm going ahead and pulling the trigger on that. It ended up being kind of expensive when you start adding some stuff on. The mounting system I'm not getting. I'm going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and I'm going to buy something that I can concrete into the ground and make a nice secure mount, and I'm going about it that way. I'm not paying their price for something that's that easy to do. But I'm going ahead, I am doing that. I'm getting my preps together. I am still buying little shit that, you know, might come in handy one day. I'm also buying things that are going to be extremely handy immediately. My next purchase, my next big prep that I'm going to be doing that's going to cost a little bit of money, I'm getting antibiotics. Now, I was just looking at this is a little bit of a side note. It doesn't have necessarily anything to do with the original subject, but I was watching a video on China and Germany and the effects that Germany are getting from China and the pushback from Germany to China and the cause and effect of the whole thing. And right now, they are having a hard time getting antibiotics and certain medications out of China. Now, we haven't had too much of a problem yet. We've had a little bit of a problem, but we ain't seen shit yet. The amount and volume of medications we go through here is staggering. The effect of China cutting us off is going to be staggering as well because we use a lot of their stuff. So, unfortunately, I watched a video on this man's son that wasn't able to get any medications. He suffered for a really long time until his body eventually kicked it. It was pneumonia and something else involved with it, and they weren't able to get any antibiotics to be able to kick it. What they could get was extremely low dose. They tried that, and it was not working. They needed 3 or 4 times the dosage of antibiotics, and they weren't able to get it. China would not get it. They tried to go to China, go to these companies that produce the medications, and they said, we are absolutely not talking to any foreign media. Goodbye. That was the conversation. So it's all militarized. They pointed out that the government was involved with what's going on with medications over in China. So yeah, Jace Medical, any of these, I'm not thinking of the names of all of them, but there's lots of companies out there now that are doing medical kits, antibiotic bags, if you will. That's my next purchase. You have to do a video call for it. I'm not really able to do a video call, so I'm working through that problem. But that is my next purchase. So yeah, chipping away. Keep prepping. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.